If someone came to your house to visit, what are three things about your culture that they would learn? What would they hear? What would they smell? What would they see?
Well, the first thing, of course, will be the language that they will hear. Okay. Um, we normally speak our own language when we are home,
Mm-hmm.
but we mix it with the other languages which we have learned from other cultures that we got mixed up with. Like we speak Arabic because we are from Sudan, and I'm from Dinka. So in my house, there will be people speaking Dinka, Arabic, and English.
Hmm. So throughout the conversation, it can fluctuate between all three.
Exactly. That what happened the other day when I visited my family.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to my auntie in Dinka mostly.
Mm-hmm.
She uses a couple of words from English or Arabic.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin, we basically speak English most of the time, and then we switch to Arabic and sometimes our own language.
Has that happened where you feel like people approach you and have certain assumptions about language?
Yeah, well, of course I have an accent, and sometimes I joke with people and I tell them, uh, you can't tell, even only a blind person will tell my accent, but you can tell that I have an accent before I speak.
Where in Phoenix you found people from your home tribe, even from like that are staying in Phoenix?
Yes, we have a community here. Like back in when I first came to Phoenix in 2010, there was a center here in Phoenix. It's called the Lost Boys Center.
Really?
Yes, and we used to go there, and they have so many different things going on. They have computer rooms, and they have games like dominoes, chess. And all. Well, it's a community that was organized in order to help us here in Phoenix.
Stay together?
Yes. But the center was closed for some reason, and they moved downtown. They were still in operation sometimes a few years ago, but I'm not sure right now.
How do you feel like it's been hard for you at all, like coming to the United States and feeling like a community center like that where you go and there's people that resonate and have the same culture or share the same culture as you in some ways, maybe not always, but has there been any like challenges you faced that coming here and feeling like there's a gap between connecting with your people from your tribe?
No, we always, everywhere we go, we have a community.
Mm.
Like we try to organize ourselves. Even different tribes try to come together as one people. Uh, we we try to get rid of our differences sometimes and come together as a community from different tribes like Dinka, whatever.
Yeah.
Like my tribe and other tribes. Like when the referendum was done over here in Phoenix, Arizona, uh, we have our referendum done in North Phoenix, and we came together because it's about the country now. So different tribes came together, and all their communities in order to do the referendum to identify which one belongs to which tribe, to make sure that they're actually from South Sudan. So when they vote, so we will make sure that no outsider will come and vote. Yeah. So our community organized that, and they picked some people to sit down and identify others. Where are they from? So on.
But you get along, even though they might be from different tribes. Like you guys get along for the most part. And then when it comes to, it's almost like if someone lived in Mesa but was trying to vote on Phoenix issues, in Phoenix, there would be people in the voting system in Phoenix that would say, "Hold on, like you don't live here, you can't vote on our ballot, Phoenix ballot." Like that, but overall you still get along. It's just when it comes to like political or like serious things, then it comes down to like you're not one of our tribe.
Yes, Yes, but we have tribal communities too, like the Dinka people. They have their own thing that just Dinka.
What is
And the
it?
people like my tribe, they have their own community. Apart from the other tribes, like from Equatoria, they have their own community. The Nuer, they have their own community. It doesn't matter how many people are here. Like if you are 40, 50 people, you will create a system that bring you together. Like, okay, the Dinka people have a meeting in order to do their things, like when something happens and they need help, like most of the time we don't bury our dead here in the United States of America. Most of the time, like it's very rare to bury someone here. It's part of our culture. So the community is their job. If it's very expensive to do that, to ship the body back to all the way to where we came from, it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
So when something happens suddenly, it's up to the community to come together because they don't accept that somebody will be buried here. It's like they don't, back there they were like, oh, he died in a foreign land and he got buried there.
Mm.
And it's not good. Like it's something. It's like taboo or something.
Okay.
Yeah, most of that.
Okay. How would you say that people within your culture define family, or how do you define family?
They still have these ancient values. Like they got into a lot of problems with the court system here because they still do what they used to do back there, like discipline, for example, for children or for husbands. They have to overrule. They are kind of do the same thing they used to do back. They slap his wife or something like that in America. Domestic violence. We don't have domestic violence there. There is nothing like child abuse because I pull out my belt. Yeah, I catch him smoking a cigarette. That is a big offense that warrant whipping. I think they used to do this back in the days, but they still do it here. Got people who go to jail, who went to jail because of that, because they couldn't help it but do what they used to do back in their back in our country. So we did have issues with the court system here, like men, they pay a huge amount of dowry back there to get married. They still do that. People graduate from college here and say, okay, I'm going to go back to Africa to marry. And he's going to buy cattle from his money that he makes here in order to get married, especially the Dinka people, my tribe. My cousin did that after he graduated from, he was here in Cochise College, and then he went to Iowa to finish his school. And he graduated, he did political science, and he got to go back all the way to Africa to get married. And he have to pay in his dowry in cows.
So he's paying the female's family in cows?
Yes, and they have their way of figuring who gets what from that huge amount of, I don't remember how many heads of cattle he paid.
Yeah.
But it's a lot.
Do you agree with that, or do you feel like, being that you've lived in the United States for some time, do you feel like, do you still see the value in that, or where do you stand?
I think that is what I'm going to do, though I'm approaching my 60s. I'm 58 right now.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go get married there because it's very important to have a family of your own. Because if you die without having children or a family, everybody will be talking later on saying that, oh, poor Lord, he have no children and all that. It's very old stuff.
Yeah.
And I still believe in that. Like I will be like, yes, I need to have my own family. I lived here in the United States of America for 27 years, but still, I was like, okay, my plan is to go back there. And by the way, your cousins, your brothers, they will contribute to your dowry. Like I owe my cousin like probably a couple of grams or so because I did not contribute when he went back in 2012 to get married. That is when I moved to Phoenix.
So you can you can take on debt for not contributing to like another family member's dowry? Like you have to be a contributor?
It will be in my record because they will be talking about it, or maybe in the future they will be like, oh, you didn't pay my, you did not contribute to my, when I started my family, you were, running around doing your thing.
So do you feel like in the United States, do you feel like people can get by more so doing whatever they want to do and no one's keeping track? But back in where in South Sudan, it's like the community is always watching and they're always keeping tabs on who's doing what.
Even here, they are watching. They're really watching. They say that this person is lost because he's not sticking to his culture, especially if you don't speak the language. That is a big thing, very big. You don't speak Dinka and you are Dinka. Unbelievable. My niece, you haven't met her. She was born in California. She speaks Dinka.
Wow.
She's never been to Africa.
Wow. Okay. So what does it?
It's very important.
What? Tell me the importance. Like, how is the language piece the connector to like? I'm Dinka and I speak Dinka. Like, in what is the interpretation if I don't speak Dinka?
They say you are not Dinka. It's simple like that. How can you tell that you are Dinka and you don't speak the language?
Okay.
They're very strict about that. And the thing also, like the children who are born here, they don't identify themselves as Americans. There is, especially like my son, at the age of 6, you say to him, "You are American." He say, "No, I'm from Sudan." He was born here. And that time he never been across the Atlantic to Africa. But at the age of 6, he was like, I'm not from here. He was born here. And by the age of 13, my ex got mad at him for some reason and said, "Okay, you need some discipline." She sent him back to Africa at the age of 13. She told me on the phone, he need to learn something, he need to go back there. Well, that is not the only example. I got my uncle in Canada. His son, when he turned like 13, the only place he can send him to learn the Dinka language was Cairo, Egypt. The Dinka community there, his cousins, his uncles, he will stay with them and learn the Dinka language.
So
he went to school there and he learned Dinka from us.
You mentioned something about like your education being in Egypt. At a certain point, do you feel like people have a misconception too that like if you're from South Sudan, the only way you're gonna learn Dinka is in that one region? But like you said earlier, there's Dinka people. You can find Dinka communities all over. And you mentioned that you had picked up Arabic, and there's a lot of people even in Cairo, Egypt, that speak Dinka.
Yes, Dinka people, wherever they go, they try to speak their language. And wherever they go, they still say, "I'm from Sudan, I'm from Dinka," even if he's born somewhere else. But I think that may change in the future, but that is what I witnessed. I have examples, my own family, cousins, but not like another Dinka from a different family.
What do you feel like when they have that sense of like, I'm Dinka? Even if they're in another region or they're in the United States, like what is that pride? What does it symbolize? Where does it come from? Like to be Dinka.
Well,
what does it mean?
It's not only the Dinka people who are very very prideful of their culture, their language, and this causes problems because other tribes too. They have the same pride. Like I'm Nuer, like Nuer, well, in their language, they call themselves Nath, which means the people.
Oh, okay.
Period. Like even if you are Chinese or Russian or whatever, they look at themselves as what?
Yeah.
As Nath. Dinka actually is not our name. We call ourselves Jeng. Jeng. The same word as the other tribe call themselves Jeng comes from the word Jang, which means people.
Okay.
So it's something.
So everyone is the chosen people.
Yes. In a way.
In their own eyes.
But they never knew that there are some people who will come from the north, push them into the jungle.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any part of your culture that you or your family like intentionally hold on to remain connected to your culture?
Yes, that basic things like marriage, language, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And then we have something, especially the Dinka people, it's called Alaran. Alaran is a word that I can't find a word in English that I will describe that because it's very broad. It's about kinship, about relationships between people of the same blood, like who share the same ancestry, like like the Israelites, for example, those who can trace their ancestry all the way to the patriarchs, for example, back in the days. So they have this, like, I can't marry a woman who is, no matter how far our great grandfather is, they will say it's your sister, and then they will consider you like they might kill you for that if you mess up with your cousins or something like that. So this is one very essential thing. You see, your life would be in danger if you really mess up with your relatives. I mean, well, we share like what, the fifth grandfather. My name is Alor Ding actually, all the way back there.
Wow.
Then there's this girl I met somewhere, I like her, and her name goes all the way to that Atorkok. So when a marriage is going to happen, they sit down and they do a genealogy thing. And
wow.
You will be very unlucky when they say, "Oh, that is your sister. You can't even look at her. Come on, man."
Wow.
Seriously. It's called Alaran.
Alaran.
Yeah, Dinka, all the Dinka people know that. They share this. Well, they have another word for it, which is Ruai. Okay?
Right.
So when they're sitting down and trying to do the marriage thing, like it's a headache, a big headache when you want to marry, especially when you are Dinka. We have some Dinka who are like, oh, I'm not going to marry a Dinka woman. I'm going to go get me one from another tribe where I'm not going to pay very high dowry, and all these headache people sitting, all the tribe come and sit down and check out every little detail about our ancestry from her mom's side. Her mom's side, it's a big, like days people will be sitting like that, going to create a new nation or something like that.
Wow.
Like people make fun of that. Like there are some Dinka who say that, okay, we need to lower the dowry. No, it's a matter of competition in the community. A woman that is well desired in the Dinka, she got to be tall, she got to be this and that. So short women, they are kind of that lower their dowry.
Really?
Okay, so I don't know what they paid for my mom. She's not that tall, but she's taller than my cousin. I wish you met her.
Wait, why?
Height
what is the height symbolize?
I don't know, because we are one of the tallest people on the planet. Like maybe we can compete with the Dutch, Northern Europe.
Okay.
Well, because they argue on social media about who's the tallest on the planet, and the Dinka people were there, and
so
some people who make videos. Well, I don't believe most of it. They were like, okay, the Dutch are the tallest people. No, the Dinka are, and so on. And there was an argument like that, so I'm not involved.